Hey, Tom Ferry, your coach. Happy Wednesday. The question I have for you today is, what do you do when things don't go your way? What do you do? How do you deal with it? How do you respond? How do you react? What comes up for you emotionally? Think about it like this. All day, every day in our industry, and certainly in every business you talk to, and people that aren't in business deal with upsets, challenges, disappointments, whether it's a part of a transaction that doesn't go your way, or a lack of communication, or something you expected to occur that didn't happen in the time frame you wanted. All of that creates a lot of emotion for people. I know for me last night, I was flying home from Toronto after a successful day and spoke at a big conference, and was really fired up about going home and just being with my wife and kids and spending a rainy day in Southern California. Well, guess what? 15 minutes up on the flight, the right engine stopped working, and we had to make an emergency landing and come back to Toronto. I knew the moment we landed that the odds of me getting out of Toronto that night were somewhere between none and none. I was just hoping to get my luggage and get a nice hotel room and maybe get back to Southern California at a reasonable time on Wednesday. Well, the guy to my left was just going nuts. Have you ever sat next to that person before, that things don't go their way, and they think that an emotional outburst or a response is actually the appropriate thing to do in that moment? The transaction isn't going your way, the negotiation's not going the way you want, so I know what I'll do. I'll throw a tantrum. That'll help. Well, this guy to my left, American Airlines, these guys, and blah blah, and he's going off like this, the gal who's serving drinks, the stewardess. I want to be politically correct there. I think that's what they're still called. Or the pilot is actually thinking, I know what we'll do. We'll screw with 250 people today, and we'll have the plane not work and have to fly back around to Toronto. The guy couldn't see things as they are. He couldn't clearly adapt to the situation. Now, we all wanted to get home or wherever we were going, but see, it is what it is. So my advice to you on this simple Wednesday is, when things don't go your way, there's three things you might want to consider. The first thing is, there's three questions you can ask yourself to kill the drama. Kill the drama is really the first thing. You always ask yourself, question number one, what's the worst case scenario? As I was doing this video, or as we were talking about this video a minute ago, John behind the camera said, well, the worst case scenario is, hey, the plane didn't land and you went down. I said, yeah, that would be the worst case scenario, but look, what's the real worst case scenario? Maybe I miss a couple meetings tomorrow and I spend one more night away from my family. And you know what? And that means maybe tomorrow I'm not making the money that I should be making or want to be making. And you know what? That hurts. But is that really the worst case scenario? Yeah, that's it. What's the most likely scenario? What's the most likely scenario? The most likely scenario is I'm going to be in Toronto. I'm going to get home tomorrow maybe at 2 or 3 o'clock. What's the best case scenario? The best case scenario is the moment we land the airplane, they immediately say, hey, good news, we've got another one. You guys are just going to hop on that one and we'll take care of you. But here's the reality. What happened was I had to go back and spend another night in the hotel room. I didn't like it, but here's what I found. Me reacting, that guy reacting, doesn't help the problem. Think about that. We know in this business, we always want to be the calming force in everything we do. We want to be the calming force in every transaction, in every situation. We want to be the ones that neutralize the emotion, because that's ultimately what puts us back in the driver's seat and in control. Second thing I wrote down is adapt to your situation. It is what it is, right? So what do you need to do to get back in control of your environment when something doesn't go your way? Many of us, we operate better. If things are, we're dealing with chaos, transactions, or something not going our way, sometimes just reorganizing our office or reorganizing our desk space just for the moment, or just making sure that things are complete, adapting to the situation is key to regain and establish control. And then the last thing I wrote down is just get into action. This morning, I'm going to make coaching calls from the hotel room. I'm going to do a conference call from the hotel room. I'm going to do a conference call from the airport. It is what it is, but it's not going to stop me from doing what I do, and it's not going to stop me from living my vision every single day. No matter what happens, be the kind of person that can see things as they are, not be the overreactor, not be the person that's overly dramatic, and just stay in action. Do that, my friend, and you will always run your life and your business by design. So, happy Wednesday. I'll look forward to seeing you on Friday. Between now and then, remember always, your strategy matters, your passion rules.